In a world where family complexities often define us more than we'd like to admit, my story unfolds. I'm 17, a product of a secret affair, a truth that has colored my existence with shades of guilt, secrecy, and longing. My father, a man caught between two worlds, his family and me, his hidden son. Our encounters are limited, a single day each month, a compromise hard won from his wife, a woman who views me through a lens of betrayal. This is the story of how I reached a breaking point, a moment where words spoken in haste laid bare the emotional chasm between my father and me. Growing up, I was acutely aware of my place in the world, or rather, the place I was denied. My father's visits were my only window into a life that could have been, a life where I wasn't just the affair baby. But understanding and acceptance were commodities in short supply. His wife, the epitome of grace marred by scorn, once remarked on my well read nature, attributing it to anything but inheritance, her words laced with disdain for my mother's station in life. My father's silence in that moment was a dagger, his inaction speaking volumes more than any words of defense could. Compounding this sense of otherness was my journey of self discovery, my coming out. Rather than acceptance, I was met with skepticism, a suggestion to date a friend's daughter, as though my identity were a phase to be outgrown. Though he eventually ceased his attempts to redirect my path, the damage was etched deep, further estranging me from a man I desperately wanted to understand and be understood by. The latest chapter in our fraught narrative centered around his ambition for me to study abroad, a directive that felt more like an attempt to mold me into a version of myself that he could proudly acknowledge. I took the IELTS exam, a testament to my willingness to try, to bridge the gap between us. But my efforts fell short, not just in the exam, but in fulfilling this image of success he harbored. His accusation that my underperformance was a deliberate act to stay with my boyfriend was the straw that broke the camel's back. In a moment of raw emotion, I confessed that his pride was no longer my guiding star. The look of hurt that flashed across his face was a mirror to my own heartache, a painful acknowledgement of the distance between us. He professed his intentions, his desire for only the best for me, a plea for understanding that felt too little, too late. The realization that I was seeking validation from someone who, despite his sporadic presence and conflicted loyalties, had failed to truly see me was a watershed moment. It dawned on me that my worth wasn't contingent on his approval, that my identity and choices were valid in their own right. This journey of self-realization and confrontation has been fraught with pain, but also growth. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound insights come from the most unexpected sources. I've learned that family isn't just about blood ties or the expectations that come with them. It's about the connections that affirm and uplift us, that challenge us to be our most authentic selves. To those watching, I share my story not for sympathy, but in solidarity with anyone navigating the complex web of family dynamics and self-identity. Remember, seeking approval from those who may never fully understand us is a path to perpetual disappointment. Instead, let's strive to find peace in our own reflections, to build a sense of pride from within, independent of external validation. As I stand on the cusp of adulthood, I'm learning to embrace my narrative, to find strength in my origins, however unconventional they may be. My relationship with my father remains a work in progress, a delicate dance of boundaries and understanding. But one thing is clear. I am more than the circumstances of my birth, more than a quest for approval. I am whole, just as I am. I invite you to reflect on your own stories, the battles fought in the quest for acceptance, and the victories found in self-affirmation. Share your experiences, your insights in the comments below. Let's foster a community that celebrates diversity in all its forms, that recognizes the courage it takes to stand in one's truth. Together, we can redefine what it means to belong, to be proud on our own terms.